The Green Bay Packers are poised for a significant transformation on their linebacker depth chart, and the upcoming offseason practices will be crucial in revealing how this new dynamic will play out. With names like Edgerrin Cooper, Zaire Franklin, Isaiah McDuffie, and Tyron Hopper, there's a mix of youthful potential and veteran experience that could redefine the Packers' defensive strategy. What remains to be seen is how these players will adapt and contribute as the Packers gear up for the challenges ahead. Where are you watching from today, and what's your take on the Packers' linebacker moves? Let's dive into the details. Starting with Edgerrin Cooper, he stands out as a force to be reckoned with. After a sensational rookie season, where he tallied 118 tackles for loss and 2 forced fumbles, Cooper showed he has the potential to be a game-changer. Yet, amidst the glitz of his rookie accolades, there were moments of inconsistency, like his 3-tackle performance in a critical overtime loss to Chicago. For the Packers to maximize Cooper's impact, they must place him in positions that allow him to showcase his skills, particularly under the new defensive scheme led by Jonathan Gannon. Zaire Franklin's arrival adds a layer of intrigue to the linebacking core. The Packers made a strategic move by trading Colby Wooden for Franklin, who brings a wealth of experience and a strong track record, including an impressive 173 tackles in a season. However, his performance has seen a dip recently, raising questions about whether he can maintain that high level of productivity as he approaches 30. Despite this, Franklin's leadership and experience could be invaluable as the team seeks to solidify its defensive unit. Isaiah McDuffie's role should not be overlooked either. Having been a reliable starter within the previous defensive system, he brings a steady presence with nearly 100 tackles in last season alone. His experience, particularly in high-pressure situations, will be essential as the Packers navigate through the upcoming season. He's not just a backup, he's a player who can step in and produce when called upon. Tyron Hopper is another intriguing piece of the puzzle. Drafted in the 3rd round, his rise in playing time from 18 snaps as a rookie to 126 last season shows promise. He needs to seize his opportunity in Gannon's 3-4 scheme, where the expectations will be high and his role may evolve. How will he adapt to the increased responsibilities, and can he become a key contributor when the season kicks off? Nick Niemann's addition to the roster adds depth and special teams acumen, although his injury history raises some red flags. The Packers took a calculated risk by re-signing him, and it remains to be seen if he can regain his form post-injury. Meanwhile, Christian Welch, a lifelong Packers fan, is hoping to make his mark after re-signing, bringing enthusiasm and energy to the special teams. Finally, TJ Quinn, an undrafted rookie, brings a fierce competitive spirit. His pre-draft accolades and his declaration about hitting hard reflect a mentality that the Packers ideally want in their defensive unit. Every player in this depth chart has a role to play, but how they mesh under the new coaching staff will be crucial. As we analyze this linebacker group, it's clear that the Packers have put together a mix of talent that could either thrive or falter depending on how they operate as a cohesive unit. The off-season practices will be pivotal, revealing whether Edgerrin Cooper can regain his rookie form, if Zaire Franklin can bounce back, and how the younger players like Hopper and Quinn will adapt to new challenges. With so much at stake and the clock ticking down to the start of the season, all eyes will be on this linebacker core as they prepare to carve their identity within a new defensive scheme. The anticipation is palpable, and the questions are many. Let's see how these players respond as we move forward with more news on the Packers' evolving roster.
In a delightful turn of events, Green Bay Packers quarterback Jordan Love has welcomed a new addition to his family. His wife, Ronika Stone Love, announced the arrival of their daughter, Rayna, on Saturday. This marks a significant milestone, not just in their personal lives, but also reflects on Love's journey as he balances fatherhood with the pressures of being the starting quarterback for one of the NFL's most storied franchises. The couple shared their pregnancy news on New Year's Day, building excitement among fans and followers alike. With Ronika being a professional volleyball player, it's clear that this family is grounded in athletic excellence. They became engaged in 2024 and tied the knot in June 2025, demonstrating a timeline of commitment that resonates with the loyalty Packers fans have for their team. A full month with our little ray of sunshine, Ronika expressed on Instagram. Rayna Capri Love, thank you for making our family whole. You are our everything. This heartfelt message isn't just a celebration of their new daughter, but also a reminder of the personal joys that can elevate a player's performance on the field. As Jordan Love gears up for his 7th season with the Packers, the stakes are high. Drafted in the first round of the 2020 NFL Draft out of Utah State, Love has faced his share of scrutiny, especially after taking over the reins from the legendary Aaron Rodgers. Last season, he showcased his potential, throwing for over 3,300 yards and achieving 24 touchdowns against just 6 interceptions. Although the Packers' postseason run ended with disappointment against the Chicago Bears, Love's performance has laid a solid foundation for the future. This season marks the beginning of Love's 4-year, $220 million contract, which firmly places him among the elite quarterbacks in the league. Following the expiration of his rookie deal, the Packers opted for a 1-year agreement before committing to this significant financial investment. It's a bold move that signifies Green Bay's faith in his abilities to lead the team back to glory. Love's record of 27 wins, 19 losses, and 1 tie since stepping in as the starter in 2023 speaks volumes. He also had a taste of starting duties in 2021 due to Aaron Rodgers' COVID-19 situation, which provided him with valuable experience. The last full season saw him throwing for an impressive 4,159 yards and 32 touchdowns, while managing 11 interceptions. These numbers paint a picture of a quarterback on the rise, albeit with the need for consistency and growth. As the Packers navigated a 9-5-1 record in 2025, the focus wasn't solely on Love. Head coach Matt LaFleur's future became a topic of conversation, especially as he entered the final year of his contract. However, the organization ultimately decided to extend LaFleur's tenure, a move backed by Love himself. Being able to keep Matt around is awesome, and I'm very happy about that, Love said. It's a lot to learn a whole new system and new terminology. As a quarterback, being in the same system, the same terminology, it definitely helps me out. This continuity is crucial for a quarterback trying to establish his identity and cement his leadership role within the team. While fans are excited about the future, they should also remain critical. The Packers have a long history of success, and expectations are high. The question remains, can Jordan Love build on his strong performance and lead this team deeper into the playoffs? With the addition of a new family member, it's possible that Love will channel the joy of fatherhood into his performance, providing the emotional boost that often leads to breakthroughs on the field. As we look toward the next segment, keep in mind the implications of these developments, not just for Love, but for the entire franchise as they continue to forge ahead in what promises to be an exciting season.
In an intriguing twist for Packers fans, there's growing speculation that Green Bay should consider bringing back Taysom Hill as a backup quarterback. As the NFL landscape shifts, this idea raises eyebrows, but it could be a strategic move that redefines the depth chart behind Jordan Love. So, where are you watching from, and what do you think about potentially reuniting with Hill? Let's dive in. Hill, now 35, may be entering the twilight of his career, but his unique skill set continues to make him one of the most dynamic and unconventional players in the league. Analysts are advocating for this potentially game-changing signing, arguing that Hill's versatility and familiarity with head coach Matt LaFleur's system could inject new life into the Packers' offensive strategy. It's not about creating a quarterback controversy. It's about enhancing the playbook and providing a safety net for Love. Hill's NFL journey has its roots in Green Bay, where he was originally signed as an undrafted free agent back in 2017. Although he never took a regular season snap for the Packers and was claimed by the Saints shortly after, his evolution into a multifaceted player in New Orleans has been remarkable. This proposed reunion could symbolize a full-circle moment for both Hill and the franchise. Green Bay would gain a seasoned veteran with an arsenal of skills, while Hill would secure a defined role on a legitimate contender. The case for this move rests on a few solid arguments. First, the Packers have embraced a creative offensive approach, and Hill embodies that creativity. He can line up in various positions, execute trick plays, and serve as a dual-threat option that keeps defenses guessing. While he may not be a traditional backup quarterback, Hill's ability to contribute in multiple ways makes him a compelling addition to the roster. Furthermore, from a financial standpoint, Hill wouldn't break the bank. His potential signing would be a low-risk, high-reward scenario for the Packers. In a league where depth can determine a team's fate, securing a player like Hill could be invaluable, particularly as Green Bay navigates the uncertainties of the season and the development of Love. Moreover, with the Packers' current offensive philosophy, Hill's presence could add an intriguing layer of unpredictability that opposing defenses would struggle to prepare for. Imagine the different ways LaFleur could utilize Hill, whether as a change-of-pace quarterback, a running back in certain formations, or even as a receiver. The possibilities are endless, and that type of versatility could be exactly what Green Bay needs to elevate its offensive game. Yet, there's no indication that the Packers front office is actively pursuing Hill at this point. This brings us to a crucial question. Is the coaching staff willing to think outside the box and take a chance on a player who could redefine the backup quarterback role? The NFL is evolving, and franchises that fail to adapt often find themselves left behind. The Packers have a history of being innovative. They need to harness that spirit once again as they build around Love. As we wrap up this discussion, it's essential to consider the fan perspective. The Packers have a loyal and passionate fan base that thrives on the team's success. Bringing back Hill could not only energize the offense, but also reignite excitement among fans who remember his early days in Green Bay. So, what does this mean going forward? If the Packers want to solidify their quarterback depth while enhancing their offensive scheme, Taysom Hill could be a name worth watching in the coming weeks. The prospect of Hill wearing green and gold again stirs memories and hopes for a reimagined defense. Let us know where you're watching from and what you think about the possibility of Taysom Hill returning to the Packers. And as always, if you're enjoying our coverage of the team, don't forget to subscribe and share your thoughts about the Green Bay Packers. Your voice matters in this community.